Welcome, everybody. It is Moneyline Madness on a Monday night. We're talking NBA. We're talking movies again. Apparently, that's our thing now. And
add them in there. Why not? Sprinkle it in.
Just bought my tickets to Creed today. I'm sure we'll get to that one. That's probably the movie we'll talk about later. But it was a pretty crazy weekend in terms of sports. If you watch college basketball like me, there was a lot of buzzer beaters. You watch the NBA. We had a guy score 70 last night. We're inching closer to somebody scoring 100. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen
closer
in the
and
next
closer.
5 years. So
it might. It really might.
It's
we got
gonna.
the MLB spring training happening.
Yeah, people have been getting mad about clocks. We love that.
Yeah, well, we could talk about that as well. Let's kick it off. I was going to say, let's kick it off with some MLB talk, because that's been kind of everything I've been seeing on Twitter. The pitch counter, things like that, balls and strikes, whether it's coming down to, the last strike or ball of the game. These are game-breaking decisions that are happening because of this timer. I think that after the 8th inning, it shouldn't be in effect. I don't know. Is that a reasonable idea?
I don't know if that's the way I go. I just don't like the fact that
we've already used it to move through the first 8 innings. Why do we need that in the last 2?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, actually, because I think closers have a little bit, they're a little bit calmer, they're a little bit slower. So I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna go crazy about it. I'm a young person. I love that it's 2.5 hours, right? Like that's perfect. Like NBA games are 2.5 hours, so you're not gonna get me flipping out about ticket prices or anything like people I've seen, or even like the old 4-hour game. Like I don't like that. I'm young. My attention span's low. Like I don't care if it's a long game or a short game, right? But I think it's going to be beneficial early on. I think if you're midway through the season and you're still getting banged for it, that's on you, right? You're going to have to adjust.
Yeah.
I think we've seen players already know they have to adjust pretty quickly. I don't like games ending on that. That is bullshit.
That's what I mean. That one, like, the game is going to be quicker already because – oh, man, I apologize, Double R. You hate to say it.
Earlier today.
Put us in the pocket, though. Put us in the back pocket.
Yeah.
And Dame, a waste of talent is insane. We'll comment on Dame in a little bit. But the MLB pitch counter, I mean, if you've already used it for the first 8 innings, you've cruised by a majority of the game. Why not, take it off for the relief and closing? I don't see the need for it in the last 2 innings. These are big decisions. I feel like you should have enough time to be, not rushing on the mound.
I don't disagree. I think you're right. Now that I've heard that idea, that's not a terrible idea. It is going to be used in the postseason. That's definitely going to be used in the postseason. They're not changing that. It's by then everybody will have adjusted. If they haven't, that's on them. You're going to have to get over it. Max Scherzer, who's been pitching, I think, for 15 years now, he's already adjusted. Like, he was literally pitching.
He's been a fast pitcher. That's
you're
not
right.
An adjustment. Like, he's always been that.
But he threw, I think it was 27 seconds he struck a guy out yesterday. Like, that's like, he adjusted to that. Like, that's not something he's been doing.
He's been quick.
But there will be pitchers that obviously will have to. I think Edwin Diaz will be a part of it, right? He's going to have to learn a little bit. He's been a little bit of a stare at the catcher guy.
Yeah.
Jacob deGrom's definitely going to have to. He's a very slow worker. Like, there are guys who are going to have to adjust, but I think this is what's
I didn't even mean to throw that one on for you. I apologize. It just so happened to.
He's back, man. I think he's pitching tomorrow. I want to say his first day will be tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that. We're actually like spring training, unlike NFL preseason. We actually
it actually is showing it matters. Yeah,
and that's the thing. The pitch clock will be used in every game, postseason, World Series, like all the above. We're gonna see this pitch counter implicated here. So I don't know. I thought it said we were gonna listen. The day we get Michael B. Jordan on the show, that'll be the day. And
that'll be Creed
sooner than later.
It took him 3 years to do Creed 3, so
for Creed 4, word, yeah. Catch us with him, yeah, for sure.
The answer to that one: does the clock start on the walk from the pen? Unfortunately, it does. So the way that it goes is you have the commercial to warm up. You don't have as long as you need, right? So your commercials, I think they're 2.5. So Buck Showalter said that a lot of the Mets are going to be driving the cart out to get there as quickly as possible. Like, I thought it was a joke.
Your whole bullpen is a bunch of fat slobs, and they can't.
Well, that's what you're telling me. Like, you're telling me they're lazy as shit, basically. Like they can't get running out there. Like, no, they're going to take the drive up there and then do it. I don't hate that idea, but it's a little silly that this is like a huge conversation early. But as long as games don't end on it, I don't care. Like, right? Yeah. If the game's quicker, that's great for me, right? especially for double headers. That'll be even better. Like,
I still think you should just take it out of or put it in the first 8 innings, take it out of the last 2.
I don't disagree with that. I don't hate that. In the 9th inning, if a game ends on that's bad.
And like
what happened the other day, that was bad.
Fast and Furious 12 City Field Edition. Yeah, I mean, basically, and then they just go to space again. I mean, you never know. You never know. But all right, Damian Lillard last night.
Oh yeah.
41 points at halftime. Now, I mean, he's doing all this. It's fantastic. Put up 71. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere.
It was a crazy experience to see that, though. I mean, good for him. He's been that type of guy.
Fantastic. He's a bucket. He's an absolute bucket. Only 2 assists in the first half as well. Just nothing but, strictly buckets. I love that. That's the old Carmelo Anthony way. When Carmelo put up 62, he put up 3 assists as well. I'm not passing shit. I'm worried about one thing. That's getting buckets. Exactly. Like, his team is shit. He recognizes that. He's like, all right, I got to drop 71 real quick. But yeah, I actually meant to put that as one, and I'm just kind of shot out. I forgot to put that as the last part of that carousel. All right. Oh well, we'll put it on the something later. But yeah, what's the deal? How far can we see these Trailblazers even going? Like, that's a first round exit.
We talked about this the other day, right? Like, they're not going anywhere, right? I've said it. I even think the Lakers are a far better team than them. Like, hey, we're gonna talk about them in a couple minutes. I'll get to them. But in terms of the Trailblazers, they don't have enough talent surrounding him. It's always been just Dame, right? Like, CJ McCollum was there, but pretty much since then, it's been just Dame. They don't have a big to help. So if he does this, he's going to get on SportsCenter a lot, but, like, he's not going to be a guy who's playing deep in. They're a first-round exit. Like, if they make the playoffs, they're either a play-in team that loses or a first-round exit. Like, they're not a very good team.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I don't
cool
even know what to say
anymore
about him. I don't even know what to say because it's just like he gets these buckets, but they're just like empty. It's just empty stats. Hello from the Bahamas. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. But even if they make the play-in, like, I don't know if they're they need one of those games.
There's nothing else to say about them. If there's a player in the NBA that you're not surprised if they drop 71, it's him. Because, like, he's got nobody there taking the ball from him. Like, he's going to be the one to shoot. He's shooting the ball from anywhere on the court and making it. Like, if he's the guy that hits 100 eventually, wouldn't surprise me. I would think it needs to be a guy who doesn't rely on shooting. Like, it would literally just need to be a big man like what was. Like, but
I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me.
That's the thing. And that's where Dame, I mean, he's pulling up from the logo, like, effortlessly. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that anymore. I mean, how do you guard the guy when he's pulling up from a foot inside of the half court line? There's not much to do there. But that's the thing. You could stop him, you could double team him, and then who's going to be the next guy up to score on that team? Like, Jeremy Grant just forgot how to play basketball this second half.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah, it usually does with guys that are trying to take that leap. Teams adjust to you.
Pretty much since he got there.
You said Simons, he's just inconsistent. He can't find that consistency, and
it's
hard when Damian Lillard has the ball in his hands 90% of the time. So
you can't adjust and you can't learn as a young player when Dame's doing what he's doing.
Simons is almost in a similar situation to RJ Barrett in terms of, like, how they're trying to grow. I mean, Simons clears RJ in terms of talent,
for sure.
But, like, all right, you didn't have to say that, but
my bad. I was too assertive about it. My bad.
No, you didn't have to agree there, not fully, but they're both in similar situations where they have guys that are taking up a lot more usage. If he would have hit 18 of his 22 threes instead of 13, he might have went. He had like only 14 free throws too, which is impressive. You usually see, like, I think Donovan Mitchell had 26 free throws in his. Damian Lillard with just 14.
Well, that's the best time to get. You want to get to the line like 30 times in a game like that because the clock ain't moving.
It stops.
Yeah, your clock ain't moving when you're scoring. You want that.
Yeah, that makes Dame's even more impressive. That's what I mean. But
yeah, I mean, what more could you say? We've all known Dame is a guy who can score however many he wants, and he doesn't have a teammate taking the ball away. So
yeah,
it's impressive, no doubt impressive. And who would be your top 3 guys to, like, get 100? Dame would be there. I think Tatum would be there, and I think
Devin Booker.
I definitely could see Jokic or Booker. Jokic only because a big man would have to be the favorite there, because like they can just lay the ball in.
His team, he's like other bucket getters on his team, though. That's the thing. Like Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon are going to be taking the ball out of his hands. Michael Porter Jr. won't want that. These are all scoring guys. So I don't know. That's the only reason that I could see it. But yeah, otherwise everyone on that list sounds like. And the thing is, like, if it's Tatum, it would just have to be one night where he's just hot and everyone's like, all right, we're giving him the ball.
A night where like Jaylen Brown's off and like everybody else just.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, that ain't tonight, my boy. That ain't happening tonight. Not at the Garden, because tonight the Celtics are coming in to MSG, and we both remember the last time the Celtics came to MSG. What happened there, Andy B? Tell the people.
Wow. Are we talking about? We're talking about this year or last year? Last year, right?
This was you. Oh yeah, that was the last time. I'm pretty sure you guys were at.
Yeah, I think
MSG.
I'm almost certain. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that buzzer beat by RJ, right? Well, I can tell you this: RJ's not gonna be hitting no buzzer beaters tonight. Okay, RJ's gonna be locked down. Honestly, he's been locked down without even being defended lately. But in terms of, although
he did have a 26-7-5 game. Julius Randle just put up 46.
Yeah, they're hot. That's the thing. They're hot. So I look. It's not like I'm coming in here.
Josh Hart, we haven't lost with the guy on the team yet.
Yeah, I still have the Knicks getting beat by about 5, so I do have the Celtics covering. I do think the Celtics are also coming off an absolute. I mean, that's not a statement win, but it's like a win that you come home from and you're like, we'll just beat Philly. We just beat Philly in Philly. Obviously, the way the game ended was fascinatingly awesome. But, yeah, I think the Celtics are hot. The Knicks are hot. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Celtics get a 5-10 point win in that range, like he said. 10's not really that much, honestly, anymore in the NBA. But, yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I know you're very excited. This is the first time where the Knicks are, like, coming into a game against the Celtics like, oh, we might be the favorite here. We might kind of be close to them, and you guys are hot. And the Bucks are also a half game from us, so we're not –
you guys definitely have to win. It's getting close in the East. I mean, between you guys and Milwaukee, and that's the thing. This is a big test for the Knicks in terms of like their legitimacy this season. And one thing I was watching, I don't know if you saw my retweet earlier, Brian Windhorst, what he said. He said that he would not be surprised to see this offseason a star demand a trade to the Knicks. Because
I'm gonna say this. We've been saying that for 5 years. Like, no, I've heard that for 5 years. He said, you've heard this before, but 2 things you need in order to attract a star player is a team that they want to be a part of, and the assets to go get that person. The Knicks have both of those more than they ever have in this past. So the fact that they're competing right now, like the fact that they have a real point guard in Brunson is really what the difference is. And he's competing, I'm going to say, on an all NBA level. Julius Randle's about to make his second all NBA team. We're going to have to start having a discussion about how good of a power forward Julius Randle is. It's not going to be Luka. I hate to be that. It's not going to be Luka. And I think
it's not going to be Luka, but
like,
I don't know. There could be somebody
out there. I don't even know who's
there.
going to be out there right now. Like,
we'll see.
Trae Young, we talked about him. I mean, they got a new. Although I think they made that coaching hire because they know he's going to be there. I mean, that's a great coaching hire. I know
that's a good coaching
hire.
That's a
absolutely. Great hire. I love Quinn Snyder. He is a crazy looking dude, though. I must say that.
I wouldn't say that the Knicks are building up something special in terms of like what they're going to do this year, but they're competing and they have enough to where they could build off of this while also competing. That's what they've been looking for this whole time. I don't think that we have that star player on the squad that's going to go and get us a championship game, but I think that they definitely are able to, like, it's more attractive now than ever. I mean, you look at the Knicks right now in terms of the culture that's building around this team, people want to be a part of it more than ever. So I don't know. I'm definitely encouraged. I'm taking Brunson over 24.5 points tonight. That's my big bet.
Over how many?
Over 24.5. No Jaylen Brown. I think it's going to be the real JB gets to show off here in MSG. And that's my big bet for the night. And I don't think I'm going to say the Knicks, if we lose this game, it's going to be by 3. And if we win, it's going to be by like 6 to 8.
Yeah, I could see that. I definitely could see that. I don't think the Celtics just won't show up. Like, there's been games against the Knicks where, like, at least early in the game, the Celtics just don't show up. They're not that type of Knicks team anymore, right? Like, you're not going to beat them by 20 anymore. So
yeah.
They're going to show. The Celtics are definitely going to show up. To answer that, Miles Turner's not a guy I'd be interested in.
I would not be interested. No, thank you.
Kawhi, I don't even know if I'd necessarily be interested in him. He's not young. He's an older guy who always seems to get hurt and needs load management. Not really on that. And PG is just not a winner. To be like, I don't mean to be I'm blunt about it. Like PG's never proven that he can come into a place and be a winner.
Yeah.
I
don't know who that guy is, but
speaks for himself.
We will see. You know,
we will see. I can't wait to see who
so fast in the NBA. You know, all of a sudden, guys.
We talked about it. Anthony Edwards is an interesting one because he is still so young that it would be tough. But Anthony Edwards, there's no way him and Minnesota are going to be perfect forever. Right?
No,
like that's not a match made in heaven.
He's disagreeing with a lot of what they have going on over there. So I think that could be an interesting.
This guy, I would not be surprised if maybe this offseason you can get on a float, and next offseason you can see a move because they've already got money tied up everywhere.
Yep.
They don't have a very good team in the future because they have two bigs that aren't going anywhere.
They need assets badly.
So that's the guy I think that
one
you
I would
see
be
first.
interested
And
in,
look,
for sure.
I'll say this. I'll have his jersey because I love Anthony Edwards. I'll have his jersey. I don't even. Obviously, I hate the Knicks, but like, it's my guy.
No, that would be a nice jersey to have. That would
definitely something to watch there.
All right, so I got something to talk about, and that's the Lakers right now because right now they're sitting.
Yes.
Minus 110 to make the playoffs now. After being the 13 seed, I mean, this is.
I said it on my sports TV, man.
I mean, this is just straight up LeBron fix. I don't know what else.
He's getting in. Anybody who believed he wasn't getting in, take a look in the mirror because we knew he was getting in. Now, I will say this: the Mavs, they're gonna have a situation there that was rough yesterday.
That was rough,
and I've been saying they are gonna have a situation. Kyrie does not. There's nobody on this earth other than LeBron, and I don't even think LeBron can do it anymore, that meshes with Kyrie. There's no personality. LeBron and Kyrie were good when Kyrie was young. Now Kyrie's been a guy for a while. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't think that team's going to mesh. I don't think the Mavericks are going to be anything. And hey, the Lakers, they don't have that much talent, right? But they got hard workers. Look, Jarrett Vanderbilt's been a hard worker since college. So we knew this. We know Austin Reeves is a dog. All right? Let's be honest.
Yes.
Anybody who's willing to talk shit to anybody like that on national TV, when you look like that, you're a dog. All right? And obviously LeBron and AD, he says he's a bucket. I believe him. If he's healthy, they're fine.
I'd say we're about 2.5 weeks from an Anthony Davis shin injury.
I wouldn't be surprised. But when AD's on the court, that team is a top 8 seed. And I know that's not saying much, but, like, that's a playoff team. So
there's two guys that I'm really thinking about that I'm like, they're due for an injury soon. And that's Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has been healthy this whole season so far. And
he's had a couple of good years where he hasn't been overly, like, early in his career. I think it took him 3 years to play a game.
It did, but he's due for a 2-3 week miss. Very soon.
I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, that would put Tatum back in the MVP conversation.
Yeah. Oh, you're praying for that.
I am. I'm not praying for anybody to get hurt. I want to be clear. Don't want him to be hurt. But if he did, it wouldn't be bad for Jason Tatum. Also, Jokic too, if he could take a little bit. Jokic winning 3 MVPs might be.
That's insane, bro. We're gonna have to start talking about
and nobody talks about him being the best. Like it's always Giannis, Luka. I say Tatum, but I don't know if everybody. But like Jokic doesn't get that love. Like let's give him some love, man.
I'm talking about
because he plays
I
in
was thinking
Denver.
All time, honestly.
Definitely all time.
Is he pushing his resume up there in terms of centers?
Who else has won 3 MVPs in a row? Nobody. I don't think anybody's ever done it in a row.
3 MVPs. Insane.
Yeah.
And they're
think about
43 and 19
overall.
right now.
3-peats just don't happen for teams, let alone players. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess Wayne Gretzky probably did it in hockey.
Let me ask you this. Does Jokic getting 3 MVPs make him all-time better than Shaq? Or are we just like Shaq's championships? Are we going to say Shaq's championships triumph anything that Jokic did? But then again, Shaq had a Kobe Bryant for his champion. Like, that's the thing. Jokic doesn't have anybody of, like, great caliber, and this is where it gets really, really interesting. So, I don't know.
I don't know much. Look, when Shaq was as dominant as he ever was, I was, like, 4. So, like, in his best times, I was young. But seeing from the videos I've seen, Shaq was a cheat code. Like, if Shaq was he was massive, tall. Like, Jokic is like that, but there's other guys in the NBA that are like that right now. Like, so Shaq, to me, he was a cheat code.
What does Jokic have to do? He has to win a championship in order to get himself.
Definitely. It's so tough, though. Like, I don't mean this guy. Jokic has decent players around him, but, like, it's Denver.
Yeah.
Like, you're not attracting stars to Denver.
Yeah. That's why they went and they made.
There's a reason Giannis has only won one ring.
Gordon, bro. Like, that was their big acquisition. Aaron Gordon. Like,
I wanted Aaron Gordon back then. I'm glad we didn't get him because we've done a good job. So.
Shaq was definitely like
Shaq's he was a cheat code, and there is no cheat codes in the NBA now. Like that, like the last cheat code run was Steph Curry. Before everybody was drilling threes, he was drilling them from anywhere. Other than that, like where has that happened? Shaq was just bigger than everybody.
I just think Jokic needs some type of conversation around where he's putting himself all time. Like, was he even on the NBA top 75?
Oh, definitely. Well, if AD was on that team, I think he's on that team.
I don't know. I'm gonna hit a quick.
Dwight Howard was on that team. I think he's on that team. And I love Dwight. Dwight is still on that team. I want to be clear. But
I don't know if Jokic was.
I don't know. Was Dame on that team? I think Dame was on that team, so I think Jokic was. But when did they make that? They made that before last MVP. So
let's see. I'm checking right now. Vince Carter I'm looking at the biggest snubs. I want to say he didn't make it. Yeah, Jokic didn't make it, bro.
Well, he'd be on it now. If they remade that list, he'd be on it.
He didn't, and Dwight didn't. Facts.
Dwight didn't?
Well, I think he's clears Dwight all time.
Oh, he clears Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
What, let's be real about Anthony. What has he done? He won the bubble title.
Yeah.
He won the bubble title, and other than that, he was in New Orleans doing nothing.
Yeah.
He's been a lot like Anthony Richardson in the NFL draft right now. Everybody always talked about him on potential. Anthony Davis, has he ever really hit that high point?
No, because he hasn't wanted to be a center or a rim protector.
Yeah, so he hasn't ever hit that high point.
Yeah, I don't
Plus,
know.
In the national championship game in college, he was terrible.
Yeah, no,
I think he scored 2 points, but he had 20 blocks, I think, in that game.
Yeah,
but when he was like that in college, he was great, but he doesn't want to be that.
And we all know what happened at Kentucky, so with his locker room incident, so
he did win a ring. He won Calipari's only ring, I believe, at Kentucky.
Yeah, AD made the list based off potential, which is gross, bro. That's gross. We can't do that. We can't do that as a society. We can't let the NBA get away with that.
I like that.
No, but other games tonight, Heat and Sixers. I like the little Eastern Conference rivalry games that we got going on tonight. I think that's going to be a good
the Heat are coming in a little bruised and battered and just.
They are, unfortunately. No Kevin Love, man. You just hate to see it. That hurts. And no Tyler as well. He's
that's why I
said
bruised and battered. You better believe. Every time before we do this show, I look at Tyler specifically.
Yeah.
To see if there's anything he could do, and I knew he wasn't playing tonight.
Wow, that hurts. That hurts. And then Kyle Lowry and his thickness are out with knee injuries. I mean, yeah.
So they're coming in with nothing.
When you're carrying around basically a backpack full of bricks as a wagon, on your backside, like Kyle Lowry is, it's just that's going to hurt you. Definitely. Side note, a team is going to regret taking AR-15 in the first round.
Oh, don't you worry. You worry. I mean, when we do our NFL draft stuff in early April, mid-April, bro.
They're going to be hearing it. Because this is nasty.
I watched every game that kid played. I want to be very clear, and we will talk about what I saw. Look, I'm not an NFL talent scout, but I could see what a guy did in college. Success matters.
I mean, definitely, and he hasn't. They're another guy that's based off of potential.
Yeah, that's what I said. That I said
a long shot of potential. It's disgusting, and he definitely did suck. That's for sure.
He did. They were a terrible program every year he started. So.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Rough time.
It is what it is. But all right, anything you like in that Heat Sixers game?
Just drill the Sixers. Any team coming off a heartbreaking loss like that's got a sting, and then obviously, Heat don't have who would he?
Yeah, I'm looking for a little PPD on maybe some Joel Embiid or James. Yeah, so I'm gonna go James Harden double Philly to win. James Harden's been dishing. Actually, this is the best version of James Harden I think we've seen since he was in Houston.
Yeah.
I think this is right now his best basketball. He's not flopping all over the place. He's actually dishing it out. He's facilitating and he's running
buying
into
his role. It's about time.
Yeah, so I'm taking Harden tonight double and the Sixers to win at plus 110.
Hey, I know that he hasn't been fired yet, but in the summer we're going to talk about the Sixers a lot because I think they're going to hire a coach that I'll say in love with.
Could that star we were talking about for the Knicks be Joel Embiid potentially?
Would the Sixers trade him to you guys?
I don't know.
Depends.
I don't know.
I'm going to say the name. Jay Wright's going to be their coach next year.
You think so? You think he's moving on?
I listened to him call the he called the game. Oh, yesterday he called the Illinois game, and he's so in. Like, you can tell he still wants to be out there. He's literally like calling little things, and I don't think he's coming back to a college. Like, he's done everything he's needed in college, and the Sixers have always been interested in him. So I think you're going to see Jay Wright coaching them next year. Depends. Will they go full rebuild with Jay Wright? Doubt it. So
that's tough. Yeah.
We'll see.
But then again, bringing in a coach like that, like who has seen success?
It's a lot like Calipari. It's literally John Beeline with Cleveland, which was a disaster.
That's what I mean. I don't think there's been an experiment that's gone correct. In terms of bringing. I mean,
but no, you can say
Boston
he did.
Wasn't already a contender either. That's the thing. When Brad Stevens came in, were they
they were terrible.
This caliber? Yeah,
they
exactly.
Were terrible. They were one of the worst teams in the league. Yeah.
That's what I mean. You didn't have, Embiid and Harden to your name.
True. Very true. I'll read up on it later. I don't think there's been a guy who came in with a team like that. I know Beeline came in and it was a downright disaster, and that wasn't a very good team. So, I mean, if you go from like bad to a disaster, then you really did a bad job. So.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean,
you
did the opposite of what you needed to do. But anything else you like across the NBA for tonight?
No, man, I got college. It's a big college.
All right,
it's a medium college. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I mean, there's a pretty big slate of games.
Big slate, but in terms of massive games that you know about, I only have one of the games, so I will start this.
Hit me.
Baylor -1.5 at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, don't bet on them, never bet on them. They broke my heart a couple times throughout the last couple of seasons, I will say, college football and basketball. In terms of them at home, Baylor's a national championship contender. Oklahoma State's in free fall right now. They're playing terrible basketball. They're not beating anybody. They need to win a game eventually because they are out. They're probably on the outside looking in now. Tonight would be a big win, but I don't see them even competing with Baylor. Baylor's that good of a team. So, yeah, I've got a Baylor -1.5 at Oklahoma State.
Okay.
That's -106.
All right. Now, let me ask you, your Georgia Bulldogs going up against Florida tonight. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's tomorrow, buddy.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
But if you want an honest answer to that one.
Yeah, because we're not going to be because we'll be live, elsewhere.
Georgia has lost their last 3 games by a combined 115 points, I believe the number was. It's been a rough time, but Florida, they lost their best player. He's out for the year. Our coach is their old coach from last year. I actually think at home Georgia might actually pull. I don't know what the odds are on that, but I assume it'd be an upset. I assume Florida's favored.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty big upset. Hold on, let me pull it up for you. Actually,
I think that would be the upset. Yeah, I would assume we're not favored in any game.
Oh no, you guys are +105, so definitely a
So I'd be very interested in that because they lost their best player. The only reason they beat us earlier in the year is because he was putting on a block show like Anthony Davis was. So I mean, yeah. I think tomorrow Georgia will be the pick. Georgia will be the upset pick of the day for sure.
Okay.
I got one more.
Hey,
it's you've probably never heard of one of these schools. They're playing in the Atlantic Sun Conference tournament today. We're gonna get a lot of the more important conference tournaments we'll talk about next week because they're gonna be next week. But I got Bellarmine. That's right. +118 at North Florida. Bellarmine always goes on these runs. They've been in They've been in Division I 3 years. They've made their conference final twice. They are ineligible for the tournament, but they always go on runs in March. They can't win. If they win their conference tournament, the team they beat goes. Stupidest rule in college basketball. But Bellarmine, they're a March team. I think they get a win tonight. It's the first round. They're playing North Florida. Okay. I think they're going to go on a run. So it has to start.
A little run. I like it. I mean, wow. Rooting for the little guys. I like it.
You got it.
I wonder how many people, like, if we had all the books, everywhere, how many people are betting on that game tonight?
It's one of the only 2 conference tournament games tonight.
Okay.
The big ones start tomorrow. There's a lot.
Okay.
So probably
so there might
a
actually
amount.
be more than you would anticipate a normal one of their games getting. Okay. I respect it.
Best modern era college center. Obviously you have to bring up the AD one. You have to. I think depends on who you call a center, because there's been a lot of big men who.
Bam Adebayo was fantastic, but
Bam Adebayo was great. I think Willie Cauley-Stein actually. I can't believe I'm saying that. He was great in college.
Embiid was still really good at Kansas as well.
Yes, Embiid was there. But Kofi Cockburn was Illinois. I think it was last year. He was great. There's a lot of it depends on if you draw a fine line at the center, it's tough. But if you go like a 4,
Big man,
can shit out, go out and shoot the 3. My bad. Can go out and shoot the 3. It's a very wide variety. But I pretty much put up the Kentucky teams and you'll have your answer. Frank Kaminsky as well. So.
Frank the Tank. He was a monster in college, man. He was a big time monster.
Basically, the NBA busts most of the greatest centers.
Tyler Hansbrough?
Okafor.
We're not going to throw Hansbrough in that list?
Definitely in there. He was great. Willie Cauley-Stein also was a bust. DeAndre Ayton was great. So
yeah,
there's been a lot. It's been we're going to talk a lot about college basketball in the next couple weeks. We'll get into those lists. I like those lists of because you don't always get guys NBA guys they're not who would have thought of Willie Cauley-Stein, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just got his last
contract. Who was it?
Somebody picked him up. I want to say.
I don't remember who it was today.
Oh man,
was it Orlando? No, Orlando got Michael Carter Williams yesterday.
Was it the Bulls?
I'm looking it up now.
Oh, who even know? If you can recall where Willie Cauley-Stein is at this moment, hats off to you.
I was a big Cauley-Stein guy, but he did dominate. Oh, he Houston. How about that? Houston.
Man, yeah,
perfect.
He dropped 70. He got 71 on his head last night.
No, he signed today.
Oh, he did.
So they saw. We got dropped 71. Willie Cauley-Stein in there.
They need a defensive presence. I get it. I totally get that. Okay, that makes sense. But all right, Andy, I saw your tweet earlier, and I had to add it into the title. So let's talk about it because I'm extremely excited as well.
You got your tickets?
Creed 3. I have not gotten my tickets yet, but I'm very, very close to purchasing because I know this is going to be a whopper. What do you feel?
Dude, I'm seeing it Saturday, 8:15, Freehold, New Jersey. That damn right. If you want to come watch it with me. Oh
yeah,
my
grab
God,
an autograph from Andy B while he's in the popcorn.
Absolutely juiced, man. I'm a Creed guy. I love the Rocky movies, and there's a lot of people who are like, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to watch it. I'm rewatching it now because I forgot how good it is. It is great. It is the modern Rocky. It's perfect. It's got obviously one of the best actors in acting right now.
It's got the storyline. It's all right there. I think that's really what it is. It brings together everything. And yeah, I was just gonna ask, Andy, do you watch these movies and you're like, I gotta go get massive? Because that's how I feel after I watch.
There is no movie that I am that I ever watch and I'm like, I have to go get motivated and work out. No, there's never.
Not even Creed? I feel like that's
I'm not that guy who does that.
You didn't even go hit a punching bag as a kid?
We have a punching bag, so I do now. I'm just fixing. My dad texted me and was like, "Is your mic messed up?" So I'm just looking. If you're wondering why I'm.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Is it good?
It sounds okay to me.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, it's good. As far as I'm concerned, it's good.
Yeah, I'm way behind on movies. Still haven't seen Ant-Man. Might see Creed and Quantumania same night. Ooh, yeah,
that's not, nice dude. Nothing beats back-to-back movies.
Yeah, you just walk into the one, and then as you're walking out, just bang a right. You're right in there. 2 for 1.
Maybe hope there's a 30-minute window. Maybe even get your popcorn and go to the bathroom because that's the thing that pisses me off the most when I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
luckily, this is only a 2-hour movie, so I probably won't have to.
Bro, but my issue is I drink a lot of water, so I'm going 2 times in a 2-hour span. Probably it's awful. You
gotta prepare better.
Bro, I'm a water drinker. I try and get my gallon.
Well, that's the thing that happens with water drinkers, and I'm the same way. When I'll get on these runs where I'll only drink water. If you drink water consistently, you're gonna have to pee consistently. So I'm thinking maybe the night before, don't drink water. Don't dehydrate yourself. Drink something. Don't drink water because it's obviously more fluid than all the other drinks. So just lay back because then you won't have to be. That's the thing. I don't remember the movie. It wasn't Spider-Man. For Spider-Man, I left the theater having to go to the bathroom so bad, after the movie because I was not leaving. I think it was Ant-Man, honestly.
Now, how long until the movie theaters provide maybe a pee bucket? Every 2 seats. Me and the guy to the right to me, we share a little pee bucket.
Do you think AMC's put?
And as I'm in the recliner, leaning back watching Creed, I just hit a little stream, I'm hitting a Curry Deep 3, I'm hitting a fucking from the logo.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know. I'm
not
just
sure.
thinking about efficiency here. If AMC wants to hire me, I could definitely talk innovation with you guys, and we could get something going because I feel like there's an issue and I have a solution. That's all.
I don't hate it.
That's all I'm throwing out there.
We could do an entire episode on just how movies, like my movie experiences. The one thing that pisses me off the most about movies is, do you put the extra butter on the popcorn? Are you that guy?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I'm trying to get,
There's no way that's butter. I don't put it on because there's no way that's butter.
No,
that's the thing that gets me the most.
It's just like oil. I don't know. Like
it's not. It's certainly not butter.
Olive oil. Well, have you seen the one video of that dude doing the popcorn all fancy and he spins it on his finger?
Dude, guy cares about his job.
That's if that guy's buttering my corn, I might have.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
There we go. Okay.
But
wait, yeah, we have to talk about this. They're giving out almost full meals. Like they're selling pizzas and stuff at these like movie theaters. How do we feel?
So are you a guy who eats before?
I mean, I like dinner and then going to the movie. So if I'm seeing a movie at like 8:00, I'm probably having dinner.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or at home beforehand.
So if my girlfriend and I are invited to dinner, we will go and we'll only get popcorn. But most of the time we'll eat there. So I get the curly fries, then we'll get popcorn. Like I'm an eat at the theater guy. I like.
What are you spending $150 on?
Dude, so the way that I put it is, you gotta spend $35 for the tickets. We once got Avatar, we got everything. We got mozzarella sticks, popcorn, drinks, and everything. It was $40. So it was like $42. So you're getting like $77. That's like if you go to a decent restaurant. So I'm getting a movie and I'm getting food. So like I'm not a huge. It's overpriced as shit, but I'm in on it. Like I'm okay.
I don't know. I mean, I understand if you want like pretzel bites, nachos, stuff like that. But I've seen people walking in with like these Yankee tendy buckets. Like,
yeah, if you go to a dine-in theater, there's one in Menlo Park. I know that's the one that I have gone to. We ate there one time. It's good food, but like it's not worth it.
Okay,
but I understand there are
Double R's got it down. He's an extra butter olive oil guy, and then he's saying it's part of the date. One pays for the ticket, other pays for the snacks. No, that's definitely I get it, but like. There are a lot of movies. That's the thing. Like, if I just went and saw Ant-Man and then I'm going to see this next movie, these add up. That's the thing. They add up pretty quick.
I can count, I think, the numbers like 25 movies we've seen.
like Imane's thought process here. See, he's like, if you go grab some candy from Wawa and then you pull up and just grab popcorn.
I get that. I like that.
That's the angle that I come with. I'm grabbing the sweet stuff at the corner store and then I'm coming over, and doing what I need to do.
We definitely do that. That's something that we do. Definitely. When I say we, I talk about my girlfriend. We've been together 3 years now. It's a 3-year anniversary. We've had to have seen 25 movies. Like, it's a ridiculous number. We went on a streak, I think, in like 2021 when movies reopened. We saw like, I think 13. So it's an insane number. Pretty much every time we do something different, but in terms of like this week, we're getting the curly fries.
So you're pulling up with the seafood boil at the new Creed 3. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. We got a full steak dinner getting.
Andy B's gonna be in the back, just cracking like crawfish and just half corn on the cob in the back.
Yeah,
okay. That's the angle. Okay, that's the angle I was looking for. Truth.
Yeah, I'm full out on movies. That is Miss Andy B. I'm sure I'll clip this part. I'll show her and she'll be like, "Why you have to talk about our movies?" This is the one I'm excited for. We always go to movies she loves.
This is a big deal.
This is
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, this is Michael B. Jordan. Creed 3. I mean, like you said, it's taken 3 years for this movie to come out, so we're all very excited for it.
Yeah.
These are the man's movies.
I do hate that they made where do you sit? Where's your sitting?
Oh, all the way in the back.
That's what I'm saying. To the side, right?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just going all the way up top.
Well, they made the middle more money now. Not that I'm not gonna pay the extra $2 if I was into sitting in the middle, but we sit on the side. The view is the same in my opinion.
Andy B be eating baked beans in the movie theater. That's a fact. And he be farting it up in there as well.
I'm not a beans guy. I'll say that.
He's that guy. Andy's sitting dead middle row, so everyone's just getting this gas.
She has always wanted to bring in McDonald's and sneak it in. I don't want to be the guy that stinks the entire theater up. Because that guy is a bad person. I
mean, Andy, you're bringing in a seafood boil this weekend. You're going to pick it up
no. No, I'm bringing in the AMC approved food. I'll buy their food. I don't like sneaking. I've seen people do it. somebody sat next to us like with barbecue, and I love the smell of barbecue, but like
Ribs.
if I'm not eating it, I don't want to smell it. Like the onion smell. Don't even get me started. McDonald's onion smells very, very. It's McDonald's if you smell that onion. That's why I don't want to bring McDonald's. I'm not a sneak movie theater food in.
I mean, yeah, seafood boils smell great, but it's gonna have the whole theater.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Like that's not me.
Andy and his girlfriend are the king.
That is true.
We'll get for that class. I mean, that's our French fries are a top 3 side. I mean, and they might.
They're a top 3 food.
Food in general.
People don't talk about how like you get a burger. What do you want with it?
I mean, the versatility of potatoes is just incredible.
Dude,
that really.
We could do a list of like our top potatoes, and like everybody, potatoes rule. But like in terms of fries, we've tried fries from everywhere. So
yeah,
fries are great.
Fries are definitely a diverse. You can make them any way.
Any shape, waffle, curly,
tater. You know,
steak,
it can go down
tater.
Any way. Hash browns, like it doesn't matter. That's the thing. They're curly
fries
are
king.
They definitely are. They're up there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But all right, anything else you want to touch on tonight? We got Mo Sports TV tomorrow, so we can save some of this conversation because there's
who do we have with us tomorrow? Because we're gonna have to ask everybody what their feelings are.
Me, you, Meech, and a special guest. So
we're gonna have to ask Meech how he goes to the movies.
Yeah, we'll have to get his opinion for sure. We'll get his opinion on Creed 3 as well, no doubt.
I'm sure he'll love that. Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely a big Creed guy. For sure, but
who isn't? Right. If you're not, get a grip. All right.
Yeah, no, grow up. Honestly, I hate to say it, but it is what it is. But all right, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate everybody for the support. We'll be back, like we said, tomorrow is going to be the big episode, Mo Sports TV. We're going to update, the whole week, and whatnot, discuss everything that's been going on, whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, all these rule changes, and like we're talking about, a couple movies and some random stuff in between. So tap in with us, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Peace.